Alrighty, this one's specifically for Jordan Shanks, otherwise known as Friendly Geordies. I think it's time to come clean. It seems like you're figuring it out. You're figuring it all out for yourself. You have stumbled onto the largest Australian secret that there has ever been, that not Australia, Tasmania had a electronic revolution almost 100 years ago. Within this electronic revolution, we had visitors from across the globe, including the likes of Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla contributed to our hydroelectric, in which we basically elevated the consciousness of humankind, only to have to, for the next 80 years, slowly introduce the entire world to what we found all those years ago. Involved in this was a fair chunk of interdimensional and time travel. And Jordan, I have to tell you something. I fucked your mum, and you were indeed my son. I know this is fucking going to come as a shock to you. She may remember it differently than I do. We were a few vodka martinis into it, really kicking down, and let's just say some legs went flying. That was before I looked like this. At that time, I looked more like Errol Flynn, I guess, or somebody like that. I'm not really sure. It's hard. When you're traveling interdimensionally and time traveling and, in and out of fucking consciousness, that's why we use the thylacine as our mascot, because this is what it has adapted to do. That's why no one can find it, because it lives in another dimension. And it only wants to be seen when it wants to be seen. And if it doesn't want to be seen, then it can't be seen. And it's obscene to really think that you can control a Tasmanian's capacity to do anything, especially to, claim that it is a kingdom hidden very much like Wakanda in an interdimensional electronic time-traveling Nikola Tesla paradigm of pure insanity. And if you think too much about it, your head will literally explode. So tread gently, young Padawan. Do not dive too far into the deep, deep, deep waters of Tasmanian history. It is best kept, just a little taste. Just have a little. I found some interesting things about that place down there I didn't even know about. I wonder if I could just go down there. No. You are correct about the hippies, but we needed hippies. And so we allowed some hippies, and I am a hippie, but I'm also an anti-hippie. So I'm in support of the dams, because obviously that created all the knowledge that we have to be the glorious, universal, global empire of Tasmania. But there are other environmental concerns which are very important, and we should concentrate on all of these. I personally think if there's a lake there and you flood a river to make a bigger lake, you've actually just increased the lake. And if you think that animals aren't smart enough to just walk a bit inland, water's coming, better fucking walk up there, then how the fuck do you think we've survived earthquakes and tsunamis and typhoons and, Kevin Rudd? So, yeah. We're all slowly going to be drip-fed this truth over a period of maybe another 5 years or so that nobody really freaks out. Sometimes when people get bombarded with this knowledge, all of a sudden they freak out and, I don't know, they do hideous things. So we stopped doing that a while ago, and we've been just slowly peppering just a little. What about this? What about just a bit of that? How did they react? Badly. All right, we've got to slow it down. And that's the ironic thing, that everyone thinks that Tasmanians are backwards and primitive and all these things, but really we're the fucking cutting edge. We're the fucking forerunners of this entire communion between humanity as you know it and the other version of humanity as we know it. We're the membrane. We're the sexy fucking membrane that lives right in the middle. And we're just like, no, Like a fucking condom or like a diaphragm, we make sure that the whole world doesn't get pregnant with sexy intergalactic fucking oneness too quickly. Okay? Because then there will be a mass die-off of humans. Humans. Why are they called humans? Yeah? Why aren't they called humans? Fucking intergalactic, fucking primitive patriarchy. Womankind. And why are we called womankind? Because of hewn pine. And where do hewn pine grow? In Tasmania. Don't you know? Right, that's enough. As I said, just one toke. One toke on the fucking Tasmanian peace pipe. At a time. Don't be greedy. You will die. You will lose your marbles. Ta-ta.